So we have two groups here. We have the first two, who are chita and seora, which are grain. It's not fruit. And then the other 5 is fruit. This is the fruit from the 7 species. It's 5. But these are 5 special fruits that even we talked about it in our course about Birkat HaNe'enim. We're talking about how these specific fruit have a different blessing. And they have a different meaning. So we have two groups here. One group is crops that really, you don't really enjoy eating grain. You don't eat wheat. And you don't eat barley. And like as it is. You have to cook it, you have to bake it. And it seems on the surface very plain. On the other hand, the other 5 fruits are special fruit. They're the supreme, the superior, the best fruit. That it says that the land was blessed by these fruits. So, in the two categories, first we go to the first two. The first one is chita. Now the quality of chita is grain, is flour. The quality in it is that you plant a little bit and it grows in masses. And it grows in huge, huge quantities. And that's the first the first and the foundation of my avodat HaShem. Now, interesting, you see that if you take the word chita and you write it without yud, because in the Torah chita is written without yud, so the numerical value of chita will be 22. You have chet, you have tet, and you have hey. This is 22. What else do we find in the Torah that has 22? The 22 letters. 22 letters of the Lashon Kodesh. This is called Otiyot HaTorah, Kafbet Otiyot HaTorah. It's calling them the letters of the Torah, which means that if I take the letters of the Torah and I plant it, so to say, like I plant the seeds of the flower, then it grows in unbelievable quantities. So the first and most important things that I need to do is to take these words of the Torah and they have to be planted in me. I have to pray, I have to read, I have to learn, I have to repeat, I have to say verses from the Torah, I have to read, whatever it is. But only by taking the words, the 22 letters of the Torah, then it's like me planting the seeds, and the result is going to be a growth and an unbelievable abundance. This is the foundation. Next I have barley. Now barley in Hebrew is called seora. Seora comes from the word in Hebrew, shiur, a measurement, a certain measurement. Now, if I'm a farmer and I have cattle and I have goats and sheep, I don't just throw food at them. Anyone who ever was farming knows that there has to be a certain quantity. You can't give them too much. So what does the farmer do? He takes a shiur, a measurement of the seora. That's one of the food that you actually feed animals. They eat. They like eating barley. The animals need to eat in portions. You don't just throw at them food. This is called in Lashon Kodesh shiur, a measurement. Everything has to be in a measurement. Now, I have an animal in me. This is called the nefesh habehemit. And my nefesh habehemit just wants to eat all day long. All day long it wants to eat. It wants to eat food, and it wants to sleep, and it wants to procreate, and it wants to pleasure and to derive pleasures from anything it can have, it can put their hands on. I have to control my animal. And this is called seora. This is the shiur. I need to know how to, so to say, control my animal. When to give what portion I can give my animal soul. So if it needs to eat, yeah, give it to eat, but in a portion. It needs to sleep, give it to sleep in a right portion. It wants to procreate, give it, but in the right portion. Don't give it too much. An animal you give too much, then they don't have control. We have a beautiful aquarium. We bought beautiful fish. My kids enjoy feeding the fish all day long. I told the person in the shop, how much food do I need to give them? He tells me, give them 1 spoon a day. I said, I don't know, there's a lot of fish there. And every time I just walk next to the aquarium, woof, they all come to the surface. And I say every time I put the spoon, they eat it in a second. They look hungry there. So he says, no. 1 spoon a day. That's what they need. Don't you feed them more, they'll just eat more. But they don't need more than that. So Baruch Hashem, I had the pleasure to constantly in my life, I had animals, many different types of animals. Animals need to be fed a certain quantity. And if you give them too much, then they want more. Same with my nefesh habehemit. If I don't restrict my nefesh habehemit, then it will constantly want more. And the more I put it on a diet, the more it's going to be under control. Exactly like you said before, that if I don't feed it, if I don't entertain it, at some point it's not going to come. So the whole concept of the seorah is that I have to learn to put everything in the right measurement. Everything has to be measured, and especially when it comes to training, so to say, I have to train my nefesh habehemit. It's an animal. I need to know how to control it. If I do not control my nefesh habehemit, it's going to control me. So this first and the foundation is the crops, is that I have to first of all lie down the foundation and to put a lot of seeds in the ground. This is the Torah, and then I have to know how to control my animal. But these are the difference between the two groups.